These rocky shores where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores where I long to be. Yes, it's these rocky shores, they're home to me.
Whenever I leave here, it hurts me so. With tears in my eyes, oh, I hate to go. There ain't no work, and the kids need new clothes. The bills need paying, so I must go.
These rocky shores where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, yes, these rocky shores is where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me.
I think to myself, where did it all go? The life I once had on the ocean's gentle road. With tears in my eyes and my head in my hands, away from my family, I hope they understand.
That is these rocky shores where I call home, is where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, yes, these rocky shores where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me.
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include update on the ski trail, hockey rink and ball field project, update on the Sandbanks project, 3 more frame projects are up and running. These stories plus community events, BBS Playbill, Off the Rec and more coming up after this.
Meet Lindsay, a member of the War-Amps CHAMP program for child amputees. From the day she was born, CHAMP has been there, with counseling and access to the very best in artificial limbs. Today, CHAMP is encouraging her to use a computer to keep up with her schoolwork. A computer makes writing possible and opens doors for her future. The War-Amps. Thanks to your support, we are passing on our lifetime of experience to champs like Lindsay.
On Tuesday of this week, I spoke with Ed Young, project manager for the walking trail, the hockey rink and the ball field. Mr. Young gave me an update on how the work was progressing.
Today with us in our studio we have Ed Young, project manager of the hockey rink, ball field, ski trail. Is that you?
Hi, Marie.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Can you give us an update on how the projects are coming?
Well, to date, the project overall has been moving along very smoothly, and everything is on schedule, if not ahead of schedule, as proposed to the 14 weeks that we have to complete our projects.
Good. So how about the hockey rink now? I noticed yesterday that you were, it was going to me.
Well, to date, the hockey rink, the old rink, well, we'll say, has been totally dismantled, and its reconstruction is ongoing. Approximately 75% of the surface has been poured, and Boards around the west and north side have begun to be replaced with new materials.
What about your building? I was about your, I think they call it the changing rooms. You guys done some work with that as well?
Yes, the shores under the changehouse were in a poor condition, and we replaced those with cement ones. And also the changehouse has received new siding and the new bridge.
Yeah, it looks like new coat paint.
And a new coat of paint, of
Yeah.
course, with the new
Yeah.
siding.
You can notice the dark blue.
Yes,
from
yes,
the
it
road.
stands out quite well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how about the ski trail is the next one?
On the ski trail, well, brush cutting has been cut right around the proposed 2.5 kilometer walking trail, 1 kilometer of which is pretty much gravel base, and the remainder of which is still being under construction for to make it more suitable for walking.
Okay, so that's basically what you're doing is a walking trail.
Yes, it's been known as a ski trail, but no, after this here is going to be a walking ski trail, more or less
Okay.
like I would almost like to see it as it's a nature park.
A nature park.
For our community.
Okay.
'Cause
So whether be places up there for like picnic tables and people to sit and...
yes, we are creating a rest area about halfway into the trail at an area called Grotto, Grotto. It's been named by the ski trail committee, I guess. They've already named this, and we've selected it as an ideal spot for a resting area.
Okay.
To date, there's a couple picnic tables and a seat down in that area.
Okay.
So our purpose now is to upgrade this and turn it into a really nice campsite type area.
So camping as in like the tents and stuff, or
No, more or less have a picnic area.
picnic area?
Probably should rephrase that,
Day
yes.
camping type of thing if you want.
Yes,
Yeah, like
yes.
go over if you want to go over with your family or something
Mhm.
for a picnic.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
it sounds
sure.
really nice.
Yeah, like we've also dug several drains, and brooks were cleared out to drain off the area because it was wet and boggy in several areas there. And we've constructed 4 bridges down over areas which was impractical to fill in. So we've constructed 4 bridges altogether on the south side of the trail, which is known as the Short Reach. And yeah, there will be, like, once the project is completed, there will be seats throughout the trail and tables spread out throughout the trail, so that, you know, as you're walking along, you can stop and enjoy the scenery and have a rest right now.
It certainly gives you a different viewpoint of Virgil over that way, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes,
Yeah.
it's looking at Virgil from a brand new angle, and I think the citizens and tourists will be very appreciative of what we're creating over there.
So what, like the walk trail now, will that still be included as part of the ski trail? Can you, during the winter time, if you wanted to go over there to ski, you would be able to use that as well?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. More so now than before, because we've created a wider, more cleared path for skiing and walking. Yes,
Okay.
we've taken into consideration that skiers would be using this during the winter months, and made sure that, you know, we reconstructed the path such that it is a multi-purpose
Okay,
path.
good.
Yes.
This is good compared to the rest.
Yes,
And I
I'm
guess you
sure.
can still walk. And the ball field. Ball field seems to be coming along grand.
Yes, and they're doing a beautiful job on the ball field, as they are with the hockey rink and the walking trail. So to date, all of the old fencing has been removed, and posts for the reconstruction of a new wire mesh fence has been all installed around the rink. And over 200 feet of this wire mesh fence to date has been already installed. And we've also installed 700 sods. We've put 700 sods on the field to make the area more grassy and level. Over to the east side of the ball field, we've constructed 3 picnic tables, a set of swings, and a couple of seesaws for a playground picnic type area for the kids and parents, whatnot, while ball games are on the go.
Oh, very good.
Um,
It seems to be coming along really nicely.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and around the exterior of the ball field, we've been cutting brush back so that, you know, when the balls get hit over the fence, whatnot, it'd be easier to find and less hazardous to go look for those balls. We're hoping to landscape it somewhat too. And we've spread out a concern about the materials which was there now. It was too rocky and too hard. The ground was packed too hard, so they were concerned over that, and we decided to get some sandy material and loosen it up a bit.
That's for those people who like kind of sliding first base or on base, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is that the area?
yeah, I guess that would be it, yeah. And due to a lack of available funding in the Ballfield area, or available work, I'm sorry, in the Ballfield area, HRD has approved the construction of a slipway down in the Furby's Arbor down there. And to date, this has been constructed. We've sent our crew down there, and they've constructed that slipway.
So some of your workers that were working at the hockey rink?
At the ball field, yes.
Down there
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, like I said, when first proposed to HRD, we knew that there wasn't 14 available weeks of work up there in the Ballfield area, so HRD was sent a proposal to do it this slipway so that those guys can get their 14 weeks and not be up sitting around doing anything, which we don't want.
Okay. So it's pretty much on schedule then?
Oh, everything is on schedule. If not, in some cases, such as the ball field and ski trail, we're ahead of schedule.
Okay, so when are you scheduled to have this completed? Like when was yours?
Well, December the 18th is our finishing day. So I'm hoping everything will come together quite smoothly and be all taken care of at that
And
time.
what about the weather now? And I think that have you had much trouble with getting your work done because of weather, or?
No. Apart from running cement now on the surface of the rink, when it's raining, we're not running cement. And but other than that, yeah, no, the weather is, the guys are gung-ho. Let's go and let's work.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they've been out in the rubber gear several days now and doing a darn good job, I must say.
It's a pretty active bunch up there.
Yes, yes. It's been a beautiful job that they've got done to date, and I've never seen a bunch of workers to work so hard in my life. That's great.
Very good. And it's good talking to you this morning. Thank you very much for coming in.
Well, thank you.
We visited the park this past week. Calvin Bennett is the foreman with the project there. Mr. Bennett stated that the work was on schedule and should be finished around January the 15th. They are concentrating on getting the cement work done before we get too much frost. Cow Eared Ill has the new end rails going up and the new rails in the lookout area. The old boardwalk down to the other side of Cowhead will be removed. A new trail has been cut through the woods. A series of steps and platforms will take us to the bottom of the hill. An area has been cut out to one side of the trail for a platform. Here there will be a picnic table. Tourists and residents alike will certainly enjoy the view. Mr. Bennett assures me that the material in the old Cowhead boardwalk will be used in other areas in the park. There are 3 more frame programs up and running. This is a total of 9 projects on the go around town. These projects employ approximately 114 individuals. 7 people are employed with private businesses, bringing the total of people employed to approximately 121. Stay with us for more of This Week in Review, coming up in just a moment.
Sharing a healthier future with Participation. Participation wants you to know childhood obesity has increased 50% since 1980. Only 15% of teens exercise enough to be physically fit. Future health of 1 in 5 kids is at risk.
In this very sophisticated society, the levels of physical fitness of our children are in fact declining.
Participation also wants you to know there are solutions. In Ontario, the Activate program developed by the Foundation for Active Healthy Kids is helping students learn new skills, sharing a healthier future.
It just makes me feel good.
I think you get more focus.
It helps me in school.
Programs like Activate can make a real difference now and in the future.
We have to take charge as parents to get kids back to being active.
Physical activity is a powerful determinant of ultimate health.
Sharing a healthier future, Participation.
A.J. Matthews Elementary and St. John's Central High has been fortunate enough to get 2 people under the FRAM program on a project called Communities in School. Earlier this week, I spoke with Teresa Peterson and Elaine Swift about the roles they play in this project. Today we have with us Elaine Swift and Teresa Peterson, and they're the two resource people for the communities in schools. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine.
Good. Can you tell me exactly what is Communities in School?
Well, Communities in Schools is a program that was put in place to kind of connect the community to the school and the school to the community. And Teresa and myself are these connecting people.
Okay. What are some of the things that you are involved in, Teresa, at the high school?
Well, at the high school level, I'm doing things a little differently, obviously, than what Elaine would be doing at the elementary primary level. One of the things I'm involved in is Homework Haven, and that's a program that was basically put in place last year by the CIS resource person, so I just kind of picked it up and went with it. That seems to be working very well. I'm involved with the Tutors for Tuition program, and myself along with a teacher coordinator, and we have 5 level 3 students who have been trained to provide tutoring services to the students of St. John's Central High, and of course with the elementary school as well. Probably one of the main things that I'm going to be doing at the high school level, again because of the age group of the students, is a career resource center. And that's something that I'm hoping to put in place over the course of the next 8 or 10 weeks, and it'll continue after my program finishes, so that students will always have access to career resources. There's a number of little things going on. We're hoping to get a school newspaper up and running. Of course, a mini career day to be done in conjunction with Career Week. That's not finalized at this point in time, but hopefully that'll go ahead sometime next week. And of course, Drug Awareness Week is coming up, so we're hoping to maybe have something to recognize that particular thing. And of course, just ongoing involvement with the grad committee, Neighborhood Student Council, and the technology lab, and whatever. Elaine?
We're at A.J. Matthews Elementary. I'm also involved with the Homework Haven and work with Teresa with Tutors for Tuition. We have 2 different Homework Haven programs in place. We have one after school for so many students, and then we have a different one in place for so many more students after supper. The ones that would come in after supper would be students that need one-on-one supervision, where the ones after school wouldn't be able to do, like a tutor may be able to do 3 or 4 at a time. We're also involved with the Kellogg's program, and this is where you collect the UPC barcode symbol from the bottom of Kellogg's products, and you can just give that to any student that attends A.J. Matthews, or there are some stores around town that have posters up, and you can just leave them at that store. We're also enrolled in the Campbell's Label program. That'll soon be up and running now, and all you have to do for this is just collect the Campbell's soup labels and pass them along to students of AJ. I was also involved with the book fair, with right from the start, right from taking the books out and separating them all, putting them into categories, recruiting volunteers, overseeing all the duties of the book fair, making sure the books got reordered and all these sorts of things. The computer lab is something else I'm involved in, with recruiting volunteers, full-time volunteers, so we can have our computer lab up and running for classes every day of the week, and for after-school computers, which is more or less like a leisure time, where kids can come in and play educational games or work on assignments or whatever they want to do with their computer time. I also recruit resource people into the school. For example, Mr. Fudge's class will have someone in this week to talk about wildlife. They were doing a section on the pine marten, and our wildlife officers are coming in to do a presentation on that. The Hall of Fame is something else that I do. I have to go into all the factions and collect up all the Hall of Fame, records for that week, and do it certificates, and Mrs. Bimwell announces that over the PA system, and then I post all that in the always upstairs on the bulletin board. Bulletin boards is another thing that I'm responsible for, so that our school has nice, friendly bulletin boards, so when you come in school, it's nice and bright, and we change them often. The newspaper is something else I'm involved in. I help out with my computer skills. Like students could only access graphics that were in that particular program that they were working with, but now they have access to I should say thousands of graphics, because we can basically get our graphics from anywhere. I'm also involved with setting up Queer Week, Crime Prevention Week, and Drug Awareness Week, where I will recruit resource people to come in and do some displays.
Okay, how long will your program run, this Communities in School program?
Well, the Communities in Schools program is a program right now that's been funded through the Fisheries Restructuring Program, and it's 14 weeks in duration. So that will take Elaine and myself about probably to the end of January, the first week of February.
So what happens to your programs like your Homework Haven and your school newspaper and things like that? What will happen to those after you guys are finished your project?
Well, obviously, we would probably, set them up in such a way that they can continue after we're finished. That's the idea. You recruit resource people, you recruit community volunteers, and you put them in place in such a way that hopefully they will continue after our positions finish. Particularly at like Homework Haven, for example, if you have the right people and along with the tutors, that program could certainly continue, and I'm sure likewise at the elementary school event.
So are you looking for, and probably when you're finished your program, looking for volunteers to take over or help run the Homework Haven with the teachers maybe, or is that how it's supposed to work?
Well, certainly this program, as Elaine said in the very beginning, is accessing your community resources, bringing them to the school, okay? And we see ourselves as the connector. Ideally, that's what we would like to see. Any resource people or any community volunteers who want to come in and be part of any of these programs, by all means, we welcome them. And hopefully have things put in place so that when our programs finish, these programs can continue long after. And with some of the things that I'm working at, for example, at the hospital, the Career Resource Center, there's no reason why that can't continue. And as long as the information is kept up to date, there's no reason why that couldn't go on for a very long time. And I'm sure likewise at the elementary level.
With our Homework Haven, where we have two different ones, actually is being supervised by, excuse me, not all the time one person, sometimes maybe two, sometimes maybe all four of us. But the four people that will supervise these tutors who are tutoring these students would be Ruth Tucker, who is our grade 3 teacher, and we have two special services teachers, which is Stella Grant and Ruby Penny. They will both be working with the tutors, and myself. So, and I would not let this see this go down the drain, because after I'm gone, I would still come back and do my shifts for the tutoring.
But if there's somebody out there who was willing to be involved in either one of the schools, you guys are more than willing to help. If they come in, you're more than willing to help set them up and tell them what they would need to do.
Definitely. Absolutely. We welcome any community volunteers. I mean, that's one of the concepts of communities in schools is doing just that.
And that's like if there's anybody out there with any musical skills or anything like that, or any special skills that they would like to share with the school, we're more than welcome them. Just give us a call.
Very good. Thank you for talking with me today.
Thank you, Marie.
Saturday night was Halloween night. It's a night young and old look forward to almost as much as Christmas. Different groups and organizations in our town celebrate it in different ways. The grade class, for example, has had a spook trail for a number of years. This year was no exception. They used this event as a fundraiser for their graduation. The Burgeo Pathfinders hosted a Halloween party for the Sparks, Brownies, Girl Guides, and Guiders. Mrs. Ann's grade 1-2 class shared their Halloween spirit with the residents of the Calder Healthcare Centre. The Lioness hosted a party for the preschool children on Friday. They played games, served a lunch to the little ghosts and goblins, and one lucky person went home with a door prize. Most families around town treat the trick-or-treaters when they knock at the door. However you celebrated Halloween, we hope you enjoyed it and had. Stay with us for Off the Rack, community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
What is 56 Spark Street?
Is that a teenage show? USC Canada, third world development.
I remember when I was a kid growing up, they used to have those ads on TV with that Lotta Hitch.
I am Lotta Hitch-Manova, Executive Director of the Unitarian Service Committee.
Times have changed, but the message is still the same: concern and caring. I'm Bruce Coburn for USC Canada, 56 Spark Street, Ottawa.
Off the rack. This week, as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a video of a fireman's concert held in the spring of 1987. Let's listen as they perform their opening number.
We're back again another year to have for you a show. We're going to entertain you the best way that we know. So sit back now and watch us as this concert we begin. We hope you will enjoy it from beginning to the end. We worked real hard together about a month or so. It hasn't been real easy to get this on the go. And I will introduce to you the cast of the show. We know that you all know us 'cause we're all from Virgio. Bernice and Barbara here again, they came from in the reach. There's Gloria and Robert who came in from the beach. Carol John again this year, he comes from Muddy-O. Jessie, well, she lives down around the Bait Depot. Cynthia is here with us, and also there is Joan. We picked up Condon Bird on the telephone. Doug is here with us this year, he works for our town. Then there's also Millie who wouldn't let us down. Then there's George and Joan, they came from the same way. Wayne is also with us, he don't have much to say. 6 farm and 8 Burnets make up our cast of 14. And now that we are ready, we will have the first scene.
Good evening, and welcome to the community event segment of tonight's broadcast on Run the Green. The Hilltop Shopping Center is planning to offer an introduction to computers and introduction to the internet course if enough people are interested. For more information or to register, please call Wanda Skinner at the high school at 886-2590. The Sea Cadet Bingo out on Wednesday was won by Mona Green. Congratulations, Mona. The Burnett's will be having a TV bingo on Wednesday, November the 4th at 7 p.m. Cards are $1 each for $6 to $5 and are available from any member of the Burnett's and are in most stores around town. Please support the Burnett's Pride TV bingo. Registration for the Public Library Story Hour begins on Monday, October 26th for children ages 3 to 7. If you would like your child involved in the Story Hour, please call 886-2730. Wednesday, November 11th is Remembrance Day. Don't forget to wear your poppy. The Sea Cadets is distributing poppies on Tuesday, November the 3rd after school. All donations will be greatly appreciated. If your group or organization has an upcoming event planned, we will be happy to advertise it for you. You can contact the BBS office by Wednesday of each week to have heard them computers in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's program. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Monday for a War Amps video entitled, Are You Really There? Try your luck on Wednesday at 7 p.m. by playing TV Bingo. Following the bingo, we will have another War Amps video entitled, In Flanders Fields. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories of craft and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. Join us next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. for Religious Revelations from the Anglican Church. And I'll be here for this weekend review on Marie Rose. Good night.